can't remember the lady that sent the email in, but she asked me about the ESPN cards and Top Rank when the next one was, and I told her Ramirez is the only one I got on schedule. Now, this Panamarev and Ocampo fight will be added to the ESPN card probably, I would imagine. All right. Now, I don't know if it'll be added to that card, the Ramirez card, or if it'll be before then or after then, but it's going to be an ESPN fight. I can guarantee you that. All right. Now, let's go, champ! All right. Now, he got suspended today by the WBA. Shannon Briggs did for 6 months for failing the drug test prior to his heavyweight title clash with Brezo Kendo. I know, it still sounds funny today that he was fighting for the damn title. I think he's 9-0 since he come back, and he's 9 easy touches. But man, he sure is fun to watch, ain't he? I mean, he sure is fun to watch. I'm not talking about the ring. I'm talking about outside the ring. He sure is fun to watch. I have a ball watching his videos and shit, like when he was harassing Klitschko and stuff. I had a ball with him. But he tested extremely high levels of testosterone, and so he was suspended for 6 months by the WBA today. I would imagine he'll appeal that, but I don't think it's going to do him any good. This might be the end of it for Shannon. You want to know the truth about it? Also got, which I announced 3 or 4 weeks ago, Badu Jack and Nathan Cleverly is more than likely added to the May Mac card now. Jack's coming off, but he just recently vacated the super middleweight title, WBC super middleweight title, after fighting James DeGale in a unification fight that ended up in a draw that most people felt Jack won. Cleverly, I think he's got a loss to Kovalev on Farah, but this is the very first fight for Jack at 175, and he's fighting for I think it's the WBA regular title there. Yeah. And he's got a good chance to win that fight. Actually, I would favor him right now over Nathan Cleverly. Nothing against Cleverly. I just think there's a level in skill. There's a different skill set level there. There is levels to this game, guys. You hear it all the time, but it's the damn truth. All right. We also got, while I'm running down the banner here, the great Prince Charles Martin and Alexander Povetkin made their returns to the heavyweight rankings this week. When the votes come out, when the new rankings come out this week, both of them made a return, and they're not top. Well, Povetkin entered top 10 in the WBO, the WBA, ring. He's top 10 in all of them. I think he's 13th at the IBF. WBC is the only one that don't have him ranked, but they do have him listed as part of the clean boxing program, which is strange. Charles Martin made his return. I think he's one spot ahead of Povetkin at the IBF, and I think he's like 12th, 13th at the WBO or somewhere like that. I'm not sure which one it is, to be honest with you. To me, it's more so a joke than anything. Povetkin, he got back in after beating Radenko. Now, see, there's no place for cheaters in this sport for me. I'm not the guy that says, okay, 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, you're out. Fuck that, man. First time. If you're fucking around with PEDs, get them out of here, man. At least a 1-year suspension right off the bat. Lifetime, second time. Get them out of the game. This shit's for real, dude. This shit is for real. I've been in and around the sport for over 30 years. I've seen some bad things happen. Just most recently was Daniel Franco. I mean, a lot of people watch that card live, but, shout out to Al Franco, Daniel's dad. I'm glad to see he's back home now in California. Hopefully, I see him up and talking. He looks pretty good. Looks a lot better than Cologne does, but Cologne's coming along too, man. There's times that I get teary-eyed when I think about this. When I think about the sport and the way they do their fighters and the way, I really do. Because most of the fans don't understand. They really don't understand what the business of this sport and how brutal it is. It's nasty, man. It's nasty. Okay, like I said, we're going to touch on the media call. I was on a media call with Brawner today. Mikey Garcia was on there for a little bit, but he didn't really have much to say other than that he did say that he's definitely going back to 135 after this fight. I asked him if he felt, Did he feel a little bit uncomfortable at 140, or what's the deal? This is actually his second fight at 140. I think the first fight back after the layoff was at 140, or the 140 limit, at least. But Broner, he was not shy on using any words, you know what I mean? I asked him about the penalty for missing weight, if he misses the 140, and it's $500,000 if he misses 140 pounds. If it's 140.25, it's $500,000. It's the penalty, all right? We asked him about being the underdog. He don't give a damn that he's the underdog. He don't make no money off of that, off the odds. Ain't where he makes money. He's not gambling on the fight. He's in there to whoop Mikey's ass because he said exactly what he said. I'm going to fuck Mikey up. It ain't nothing personal. That's what he told him today. Right now, Broner's walking around at 144. He says 140 is no problem now. Like I said, we touched on last night. There was a picture circulating from Instagram. I believe it originated. He looked kind of drained. He looked a little bit drained, but I don't know what he weighed in that picture, you know. Hell, he might have weighed 137, 138 for all we know. If he's walking around at 144 and he's drained down, who knows? Who knows? But if he's at 144, I can't see weight really being a problem from here. I know he's been at 150 for quite some time. All right. But like I said, Mikey said, well, Broner did tell me, fuck me, fuck you. He said, the whole press is against me. I told him, hey, B-Buddy, I'm not against you. I said, hell, if everybody was against you, they can't be as bad as you've been on yourself. And that's the truth. This fight, you know, I'll break it down next week on the rundown. I will start doing some of my breakdowns on the rundown. But it'll be on a Wednesday or Friday. It'll be tonight at the regular show because on Tuesdays and Thursdays, all we do is the rundown. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the rundown is the last segment of the Sportsologist show, okay, on the BDN radio network. So, when we touch on Tuesday and Thursday, it's nothing but the rundown. That's all it is. We're sitting here in the studio and having a good time, man. I want to thank my producer, Joey. Good guy. I can hear him in my ear right now. I want to shout out to everybody on Facebook and the Facebook boxing groups. I want to shout out to Eastwick Boxing. Man, a hell of a fucking group, guys. That's a hell of a group we got. The Movement Podcast. I want to shout out to them. Shout out to Truth and Facts About Boxing. Of course, I'm going to shout out to 2K, the Prodigy of Boxing Talk. And all these guys have YouTube channels. Man, check them out. They're good. They know what they're talking about. We also want to shout out to the Championship Rounds. Great group. I'm going to give a shout out to Wilson Urena, Timothy Medina, EJ Will. If I miss you, I'm sorry, Samuel Rivera. But there's a lot more. Jesus, Silver. We got a bunch of them, man, in that group, and there's some great guys. We do some casual trolling here and there. I want to shout out to Ned's Boxing Emporium also. Got some good guys in that group. I'm in a shitload of groups, guys, but I mean, that's because of the media thing. I only pretty much stay in like 2 or 3. And all 3 of them's got a bunch of people in them. I want to shout out to the Fight Vault and Christopher Marrero. Great guy. Great guy. Jeff Zettner. Great guys. Very knowledgeable guys. If you're not in these groups, hop in them maybe and check it out and just watch these guys, man. They know their shit. And we don't talk about, I mean, we're not trolling. We're not talking about, you don't have to downplay one boxer. That's one thing that's aggravated me the most about the Rigo and Lomachenko thing is everybody, if you're a Rigo fan, you got to put Loma down. If you're a Loma fan, you got to put Rigo down. That's bullshit, man. Those are my 2 favorite guys. I'm not going to lie. And hell yes, I want to see them fight. Like I said last night, I don't give a fuck if it's in the parking lot, in the bathroom, in the kitchen, wherever the fuck it may be. I want to see that fight. And I will be there. If I have to beg, borrow, and steal every fucking thing I can to get there, I will be there. I'm telling you, I'll take a fucking canoe across the Atlantic to be at that fight. Plain and simple. It's going to be the biggest explosion of skill in the fucking ring at one time ever. And guys, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. I've got some interviews next week with Egis Clemens. And trying to get Suarez in from and Bonorte from Rigondeaux, but I ain't going to be able to have them on the same call, you know. But we don't normally do interviews on the rundown, but I will start adding a few people here and there because this is going to be kind of like our podcast for now. The YouTube channel will start next month, although I'm not really too big on it, but we will do it. And I'm going to do some stuff with other hosts, other podcasts, other YouTube guys. Like I said, some guys I shout out to. I also want to shout out to Gerald Jasper and Colossal Boxing Talk. Those guys, he's getting out, he's getting on the grind. Christopher King and the boxing, I can't remember, the boxing clinic, something like that. He's a little biased, very biased, and you got to you can't do that. You can't be a real member of the media and show that kind of bias. But, I say that, but guys like Fat Dan, Kevin Oley may be about the best there is as far as not being biased. Guys like Dan, Steve Kim, everybody has some kind of bias. I might be the least biased guy in the business. I'm not trying to brag on myself, but I might be the least biased guy in the business. Call it like I see it. I'm a lot bigger fan of Canelo than I am Golovkin. I'm really not even a fan of Golovkin, unless you count my Heather loving Golovkin, my lady, unless you count that. But she's in one boxing group, and that's the Gennady Golovkin official fan page. And yeah, I'm in it too, because if I write a story on Golovkin, that's guaranteed 20,000 views right there. That damn group is popping. I'm in there about once a month, if that. But every day you can catch me. If you're on Facebook, you can catch me in Eastwick Boxing. Catch me in championship rounds. And Ned's Boxing Appointment. That's about all you're going to catch me in, guys. Mainly Eastwick, though. And TCR. That's where I'm at most of the time. I'm wherever the best post is at that time, but I hang with the boys in Eastwick the most. The Movement, I'll be in there sometime. Not all the time. I want to shout out to my sponsors one more time. New security company, man, that's state of the art. It's off the chain. No annual contract. Make sure you check it out. Lowe's Home Improvement. Everybody knows who the hell Lowe's is, right? Okay. Geico Insurance, Geico Auto Insurance. Everybody knows the little lizard or the little gecko, whatever the hell he is. Everybody knows him. And Little Caesars Pizza, the $5 hot and readies. Yeah. Crown Custom Keys. .com. Don't forget your promos, guys. Don't forget get you a discount, get you something, save some money. Plus, I get paid a little bit for it too. It ain't much, but a little bit. And also Title Boxing, Grubel's Mixed Martial Arts. I know we don't do MMA, but it's something that's going on with the Mayweather-McGregor card right now. As well as Four Corners Boxing Talk, guys. Of course, Four Corners Boxing Talk bring you the whole setup. And during right now, and I love that, guys. That is awesome. That's awesome. Listen to the commercials. Hell, visit the site. Do all that good shit. Use your promo code. Let's get paid together. You save, I'll play. Shit like that. And one thing's for sure, guys. I'll see you in 23.5 hours. And we'll touch down again on the rundown by Four Corners Boxing Talk.